Coming off the big win over rival Philadelphia Eagles, the team is hyped up and the media is hyping us up. Coach Bearington with his second win in the NFL, but giving props to his player who before the game said, "Give me the ball," and he came through. And we're going to need Theo Johnson today, and I'll tell you why as I ask you to follow me through the rabbit hole. It all started last game with Jermaine Elumenor getting injured. He will be out anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. But on top of that, he's already an aging player, 30 years old, and these ratings are just set to regress. So in our first move, we had to decide who might be the starter. And we moved the rookie from right tackle to right guard in Marcus Mbo. He's a balanced player and someone that we could look to mold in any certain direction, but most likely will be for our scheme fit, which will be power. But that left our line a little bit weak, and we knew we needed upgrades. And the Raiders have been trying to push Dylan Parham our way with a trade with Thibodeau. However, we recently had a scouting report come in saying Thibodeau is a high upside player. So instead, to make funds available for a possible Parham trade, we send Brian Burns to the Jets. Now, they contacted us about a deal for Joe Tippmann, which would help out our weak interior offensive line. But a lot of the picks offered up were in the future. We didn't want future picks. So instead, we renegotiate for a second round pick and a future 4. And in return, we open up money, send Brian Burns on, and bring in a starting center for the future. But money still would not be enough. So we would look to make another deal, sending Roy Robertson Harris to the Commanders, and in return, we would just ask for a 5. But having to continue changing things here when it comes to money with the Giants, we would restructure the contract of John Runyon. Well, the snowball continues as from there, Evan Neal, who has not performed well for us, we would send him on to the Bengals. In return, the Bengals would actually release guard Cody Ford, but we would bring in a 3rd rounder this year and a 5th rounder next year. Now, that's not the best return for the Giants, as they did spend an early round 1 pick on him just a few seasons ago. But draftees don't always return their investment. Trying to have one still possibly pan out, we move current center John Michael Schmitz Jr. over to left guard. With that move, we also look to free up more money by moving the 35-year-old Greg Van Roten over to the Buffalo Bills, who were a needy team at that position. In turn, they release their punter in Mitch Wishnowsky, but we bring in a 7th round pick this year and a future 6. And with all of those moves done, we finally are able to make the deal we wanted to and bring in Dylan Parham. But in return, we send the Raiders Darius Slayton. We also end up bringing in a round 4 for this year and give up a 6th round pick. We're not done yet. We also have to make a couple smaller trade money moves, and thankfully the Cardinals help us out, as well as the Rams, taking on high money, low overall offensive linemen. But to help fill roster holes now, we would head to free agency, signing Kendall Lamb, the left tackle, to provide some backup at that spot. James Houston IV, edge rusher, a balance of upside with play, but also budget friendly. The same goes for the DT in Marcus Harris. But in true Madden fashion, after doing all of those moves and expecting some new players to see the light, we would be hit with our worst set of practice injuries. Hayshawn Booty, who was in line to get a start on the outside, out. Malik Neighbors, out. Bryce Ford Wheaton, who maybe would have seen some playing time, is out. And over on defense as well, Trey Hawkins is injured. And of course, it all started with the injury to Jermaine Elumenor. But still, seeing their first start is going to be Joe Tippmann at center. Parham will be starting at left guard. In this game, Schmitz Jr. will be starting right guard. If he doesn't perform well, we have the rookie and eventually Elumenor will be back and can finish out this season. And that all leads us to where we started here today. Theo Johnson is coming off his best performance yet. 120 yards, 9 grabs, 3 touchdowns. He's going to have to be the forefront of our offense today in the passing game. That's because headed into this game, we will only have 2 healthy receivers, Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalin Hyatt. But our moves are not done yet, as we are forced to have 3 receivers to head into a game. But with all of our money spent, we would have to get creative here. There was a corner who made a spectacular grab, had a receiving touchdown in the preseason. So Cordell Float will be a receiver for at least one game. Now he is only a 43 with morale affecting him overall. So that means we will most likely be running 2 receiver sets at most. Facing the Denver Broncos first, who are 5-0. This will be a tough challenge. So as Coach Bearington and his Giants take the field in Mile High, and he put together a game plan with 2 receivers and a whole lot of tight end and running backs to find their way to an upset win over one of the surprising top teams this season. But we'll find an early answer as the Broncos look to kick this game off. And it is Cam Skattebo returning inside the 5 as he looks to cut outside, taking down the 26-yard line. Jackson Dart got a bit banged up last week. Russell Wilson came out there to help polish off the game. And perhaps that was just a hint at all the possible injuries to come. 2-back set. It's Tracy right down the gut. And he picks up about 9.5. Following behind a new starter at right guard, new starter at center, new starter over at left guard as well. Skattebo's turn, and I think one of those new starters forgot to pick up his block. Well, definitely not as much open space for Skattebo. In a 3rd and 2, Tracy is back on the field, fighting, having to play a little bit of some fullback here today. Slant across the middle, though. That is Jalin Hyatt, his first catch of the season. And a first down, 3 yards shy of midfield. We'll see if these receivers today get much of any breathers. If so, it might just be 1 receiver sets. Robinson have to play a little bit of some outside as Tracy again finds space down the middle. This time he rumbles for a first down. Only seen a couple plays, but so far the interior blocking massively improved. Plus side here as it's going to be play action. Throwing, hooking up with Robinson, who dips out just inside the 20, a late hit. Good news, though, for the Broncos, not penalized. The 1st and 10 shotgun split back look. They do go with some play action. Dart throws, getting it out to Fiden. He picks up a few. Now, Dart has done a fantastic job this season of flipping those hips in the backfield and finding some space. Kept that play alive as Tracy takes the handoff here. That ball is out, scooped up by Tippmann, and he nearly had the rushing touchdown. Wouldn't that have been something here for the first game with a new starting center? A center touchdown. It's I-form here as Skattebo's back in. Now getting pushed back there was Parham. That's been twice now on power runs with Skattebo. He's given up the quick rush, so something to keep an eye on there for sure. As Dart scrambles, he's got his receiver, and we've got a passing touchdown with only 2 active receivers headed into this game. It's Wan'Dale Robinson. And the Giants going with old school ball. A lot of 2 tight end sets march down the field and find an early touchdown here in Mile High. Coach Barrington's got to be really excited about that start. Now for Bo Nix as he heads out, a pretty clean start, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Would love to see this defense pick up a few more, though. Wide open, leaking out. Troutman for a big gain to the 43. Good play design there as well. Really opened that play up. Now both quarterbacks in this game, a similar style McFadden, with help, rips down the running back in the backfield. But it will be very intriguing to see how these two quarterbacks battle it out. Both have dual threat ability. As Nick sits back and once again checks down here, not as much success. But Harvey does pick up about half the yards needed, setting up a third down about midfield. Broncos need 6. And it's thrown outside, and that will not be enough. 3 yards short, but it doesn't look like that is a problem here for the Broncos. Offense is right back onto the field here at the 50-yard line. Tight shotgun look and thrown outside. Harvey with space. Okereke in pursuit, dives, misses, and Harvey converts massively down to the 22. It was a smart read there from Nix as well. They had the man coverage on the running back, and he got outside quickly. Harvey, though, huffing and puffing here, but taking the contact and the handoff, he loses one. We talked a lot about Theo Johnson and his career game. Carter's coming off his best game. Would love to see him build upon it. With a throw outside and a short grab Mims. Asante Samuel Jr. not allowing for much yak on that one. Haven't seen much from Thibodeau yet. As it's a screen outside, Samuel tries to chop him down, but Okereke follows. It'll be another 4th and short post break. First quarter has already come and gone here in Mile High. 7-0 Giants lead. Will Lutz looking to find an answer to end the Broncos' first drive. Second quarter begins with a field goal coming from the Broncos. The Giants are not slowing down despite their injuries. They march into plus side. With a 2-receiver set, bringing that blitz, it's thrown out, finding Fightin out of the back. And close, yet another first down. They mark him just shy. Stacking the right side here, though, is going to be the Broncos defense. Handing this one off Gray, he finds space down the middle, spitting down at the 22. Already we're seeing the third running back here check in. This team is running a little bit thin, some wear and tear they're having to deal with. Another throw off the hands this time of Fightin. They had a promising initial look there. Throw might have slowed him down a little bit, and he got confused trying to bring that one in. Setting up the screen here, it's Gray on the outside at a cutback inside that block, slowing down the play, picking up 6. For the first time this game, Float enters the field of play at receiver, spread right-hand side. It's 3rd and 4. As they go with some play action, Dart with immediate pressure from the right interior. Franklin Myers with a big sack, and it'll have to be a field goal attempt here. Mitch Jr. giving up the pressure that time and trotting out Goodno. Giants slip that one in the left upright and retake a touchdown lead. And with the defense picking up a 3 and out, we have a 2-minute drive here, trying to take a 2-score lead. More play action, and the line does not hold. Runyon gives it up left side. Bonito comes in with the sack, and it is 2nd and 16, letting that clock run, though. And thrown quickly behind Tracy. Dart with an interception, make that a pick 6. Broncos with a gift wrapped in a bow. Safety comes down as he saw Tracy leaking out on the route. And Dart just threw it too far outside. Tracy needed to get his head around and find that ball. Very much a rookie mistake for Dart, who's still waiting to get that 70 overall. But with 1:24, offense is back onto this field. Rolling outside, nowhere to go this time. He gets rid of it, but takes a massive hit. We've already seen from the referees this season, they are not protecting any of the Giants players, let alone the quarterback. Tossing this one out for Johnson. It's through his hands. We really need him to have a big game today, his first target, and he can't hold on. 3rd and 10 with a hard count. Got to find a way to convert here. A pass across the middle finds Wan'Dale Robinson, and they will look to go hurry up from there. Still having 3 timeouts in their back pocket. About a minute to go here. They're back under center. Drifting back, rolling to the right, though, has a receiver across the middle. That is Johnson. Falling down on the Broncos midfield logo. Again, going hurry up. We might see a timeout after this play, depending on how things pan out here for the Giants. Throwing, Bellinger, incomplete. A play like that could be called either way, incomplete or a fumble. We'll take the lucky end of that. With 41 seconds, it's 3rd and 2, and prevent defense here from the Broncos. Lofting this one out. It's fighting on the run, rumbling down inside the 30, and a timeout called there. The first of 3 for Coach Bearington. Jackson Dart trying to answer his pick 6 from the previous drive. He'll have 34 seconds to do so. Reclaim a giant lead come halftime. Rolling to the right here. Dart nowhere to go. He will take the contact. With that, he does get out of bounds. And on top of that, it doesn't lose any yards in the process. Though open right down the middle here, Jackson Dart sliding down with a first down at the 15. Second timeout call. You gotta wonder here if the 2 receiver Giants can find their second passing touchdown here of the first half. 2 receivers in right-hand side. Dart under center, dropping back. Throws this one outside. Robinson picks up 5 and dips. Do like the play call there. Get yourselves a little bit closer while taking the safe play. Robinson, the intended target, well guarded and well lofted away. That does, however, leave the Giants with a 3rd and 5. 14 seconds to go. A split backfield look with motion across as they tried to set up the screen to Scattaboo. He had blockers. Fortunately for Dart, he did not. So good no, right hash and through. It'll be a 13-10 lead here for the Giants at a halftime break. Overall, you got to feel pretty happy right now. Up 13-10. Coming into this game, you're missing several key starters, majority of which at the receiver spot, and the young guys are stepping up. Wan'Dale Robinson has had several big grabs. Hyatt has performed well as well. And for the Vikings, they're hosting the Eagles. And after a toss-up, mossing the linebacker and Ivan Pace Jr., Smith would take that one to the house, and the Eagles would respond, coming off a loss with a win over the Minnesota Vikings. As for the Chicago Bears, they host the Saints, who are 4-2. Spencer Rattler has had a great season, but it's Williams here on the short throw drag across the middle, finding more. And it will be a win for the Bears, moving them to 500. Rattler, only 1 touchdown was not enough for Williams' 3. Tennessee Titans, they are 2-4, playing against the 4-2 New England Patriots. And at home, the Titans hand this one off inside the 15 and rumbling all the way to the end zone for a 20-17 win. Ward is close to 500. May close to dropping to 500. As for the rest of the games currently underway or those that have finished, here is your overall board. As for your New York Giants, they're looking to get off the field. First drive of the second half, it's a 3rd and 6 for the Broncos, and Harvey motions out, though, comes underneath. Throw across the middle, completed for the first down. McFadden a little soft in coverage. Bo Nix has the Broncos plus side to start the second half, trying to find at least the game-tying score. Harvey, though, looking to get outside. Good dip as he does find it, picking up 6. Of course, we talked a little bit last episode about Alexander getting his first couple starts. He's holding it down with Lawrence down the middle. Still waiting to call Thibodeau's name, but the pass is outside, tipped up and broken up. Paulson Adebo. That's the first deep shot we've seen today, pretty much across the board. Nix, not a bad throw there, but a 3rd and 4 with motion left side, make it a bunch. Throwing back outside and a sliding grab, it's Mims. Looked to be a bit of some busted coverage on that one. Cover 3 of the downfield corner was well down by the line. Harvey stuffed, it's Thibodeau. His first start of the season, and hopefully a lot more plays like that to come. Loss of 2, it's 2nd and 12 as they bring the blitz again. Picked up well, nearly picked. Newman with one through the hands. It's 3rd and 12 here for the Broncos. Down at the 21. It's a receiver screen. Good chase, Bobby Okereke. The Broncos will have to settle for the field goal. Though this, of course, to tie the game. Left hash at the 26, and it is right down the middle. With this game tied up. And a quick 3 and out from the offense. Broncos have momentum. At 3rd and 2, we're going to try to take that away. As Nix rolls outside, he's going deep downfield. Newman in coverage. Can't break it up. Boyd flips the field, and just like that, the Broncos are down to the 21. Handing it off to Harvey. He'll gain 1. And it's a red zone trip. But I don't want to move on too quickly from that deep shot. A great throw from Nix on the move, too. As they go back to Harvey, Bobby Okereke is there. 5 tackles for him on the day. With all the trades happening to some of the older players, I'm sure some wondering if Okereke was on the block, but with the play he's had this year, you can't risk trading him. As we trade the 3rd quarter for the 4th quarter. With a tied ball game here, Broncos trying to find their first lead of the game. Meanwhile, the Giants trying to clamp down yet again here inside or just about inside the red zone. A 3rd and 10 at the 21. And a dot of a throw down to the 1. Linebacker coverage didn't carry. And Boyd has his second big grab of this drive. Inside the 1. As they look to hand it off, McFadden lights up Harvey. Broncos tried to spread them out, but the defense was not buying that one. They brought out their heavy set. 2nd and goal, they try it again. Bo Nix scrambles, he's outside, and no one comes crashing down on the quarterback. Broncos take their first lead through a strong second half effort. It's 20-13. With the pressure of this game mounting, we are staying right on out here. As we take over at the 24, needing a touchdown to answer. A beautifully timed throw finds Theo Johnson over the middle, and it's hurry up for the Giants offense. They're rocking that eye look. Tracy Dotting said eye. Johnson going to come in motion here over to the left-hand side. Going with that play action and letting this one rip. Johnson on the run, will rumble on his way to a 2-play touchdown drive. They said get the extremely tall, hefty, but speedy tight end involved. And we do. He finds his 4th touchdown in just 2 weeks of play. And just like that, the crowd is silenced here in Denver. Right now, this defense has got to find a way to answer. Bo Nix has had a great second half. They got to find a way to slow him down, and pressure would help. But it's a dot down the numbers for Sutton. Has Bo Nix turned into a top-tier quarterback? He's sure playing like it here. Ripping apart this defense, ripping apart the coverage, and the pass rush is not helping out. So just as we thought we had the answer, the Broncos double or nothing us with a 3-play drive. The same result, and back again we take the field here offensively, needing to find another really quick answer. As they set up a screen, it's to the outside, and a great play from the linebacker. Ham Scadaboo has just not quite had the blocks today you would hope for. He's out there as well as Tracy. As they go right back to the screen. Looking to get to the outside is Tracy. He's got the first down, a little bit more. Perhaps the Giants trying to suck down this defense, and it seems to be working here. Everyone within about 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Though under pressure, that's broken up by Franklin Myers' helmet. Luckily, the back of it. That pressure was near immediate. The 2nd and 10. They stick with the I form here. Dart goes a little play action. Rolling. Throwing, looking for the soft spot, and he finds it to Robinson. He's really stepped up today in a massive way for this offensive unit, being wide receiver 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Hyatt taking over that 3 role. Throwing underneath here, that's Johnson with a quick drag, and he will scoot out at the 29. It took him a little while to get things going in this game, but if he could come alive in the fourth, that's a perfect time for it. Pressure building, rolling, and throwing away, though still taking that hit. Broncos throughout this game have forced a whole lot of pass rush. Back to the split back look here. It's Tracy outside, a couple blockers in front. He stays on the inside, weaving through those blocks. He's got another first down. A smart play there from Tracy. The Giants look to go hurry up here. Got a one-on-one perhaps with Hyatt over on the outside, though help does look to go that way. Robinson holds on but can't break away. We're approaching the 3-minute mark here, though it looks like the Giants perhaps taking a little bit more time before this play. Scattaboo in the back, motion out, and Scattaboo's not going to find the edge there. That part has been consistent for the team today. Not blocking for running back 2. Tracy back in the game here. Pressure builds, flipping the hips and throwing away. You had Johnson in the area, but the refs don't like it. They still flag him. And not Sean Payton is going to take that call quite easily, but we've seen other quarterbacks do it, but the rookie's not getting away with it. But taking too much time yelling at the referee, Coach Bearington will take a delay of game. They'll bring out Gano here. Trying to make this a 4-point game, and Gano hits it. With about 2.5 minutes, they will need a quick stop from their defense and a touchdown drive from the offense. But can the defense find a way to beat Nix? He's been fantastic here this second half, and a massive second half comeback for the Broncos. As they look to start with a run, it's Harvey swallowed up Eric Kendricks, and the first timeout falls. Giants do have a couple more to spare, but the biggest worry right now is making sure you get off this field. Passes across the middle. Adebo follows quickly, taking down Mims. With one timeout now to spare, you have forced a quick third down. You've got to get the stop here. They do look to go for the pass. Options for Nix, but he's taken down by Alexander. The first sack for the Giants on the day. They'll let that clock run down inside the 2-minute warning, saving a timeout for the offense. Now it'll only be 1 minute and 52 seconds here for Dart to work with. But you have yourself another opportunity to find the winning play. Hyatt comes in motion, throwing out right side, and you get Tracy. Apparently not in bounds. I don't know about you, that one looked in bounds to me, but with only one timeout, you can't risk challenging, especially only for a minimal gain. As Dart steps up here, he'll pick up a couple. As Franklin Myers there sat waiting, it is 3rd and 8, and hurry up here for the offense. Obviously 4-down territory. As they go with some play action, getting it outside, that's fighting for the first down. Dart with a dart under pressure. And they'll continue on with that hurry up here now to the 45-yard line. Single high safety for the Broncos. Pass across the middle, that's back to Fightin, who gets the first down before being tapped down. Those look like the Giants will look to shake things up a little bit here. Receivers head out to the right-hand side. Tracy and Fightin switch. Letting this play set up down the middle. It's Robinson inside the 10. Dart through that one just before he crosses the line of scrimmage. Now it's taken a while to get this team back to it here. A lot of celebration. Good news was the clock was stopped, so they're able to get reset. Tracy, though, huffing and puffing. It's been a long, big drive. And it's a quick toss down the middle to Fightin. He gets down just about as quickly. So taking their time to set up this one. Inside 35 seconds, Hyatt going to move out to the right-hand side. Letting them catch their breath. It's out to Tracy, who fights in, but a flag is down in the backfield. Is this on the Broncos or is it on the Giants? We're waiting to see, and it looks like this one is coming back, perhaps on the new starter at left guard in Parham. They get him for holding on the go-ahead score. Tell me the books are cooked without telling me the books are cooked here. 27-23 with 23 seconds to go, and now back at the 13. Pressure down the middle, flipping the hips is Dart. He'll look to carry this one himself. Losing the ball, it's out at the 2. In some ways, that's a good thing. It stops the clock. You still have that timeout. Tracy and Fiden in the backfield. Dart making a play call change. They hand it off, and Tracy is back into that end zone. Giants march down the field. They didn't even call their timeout, and they take a 14-second lead. But we are not done here yet. Bo Nix has had some great throws in this one. He has 11 seconds to work with. They need a field goal to tie, and they find Mims across the middle. Timeout called, 6 to go, and they look to be bringing out the Hail Mary unit. Needing a Hail Mary here to try to pull this one back. 30-27 on what should be the final play. Bo Nix will step up and run. And he's going to be taken down 34 yards short of the end zone. Giants come back and steal the game versus the formerly 5-1, now 5-2 Denver Broncos in their own house. What a comeback it seemed to be. The odds were stacked against them in that second half. Jackson Dart delivered every single time we needed to outside that one throw. Big plays from Johnson, everyone stepping up. When you were missing 3 receivers heading into that game, you had 2 out there. An emergency receiver from the cornerback, and everyone played their hearts out. With that, it would appear we would have another breakout opportunity here for Micah McFadden. He was flying around, the whole defense was flying around. We were able to make some big stops. We gave up some opportunities. If we turn things up a notch here, and if McFadden can turn things up a notch here, we might have a promising linebacker of the future. But the thing is, we have a rematch versus the Eagles as we head into Week 8. Now, we've done all the trading that we plan to do this season, especially with the injury coming into Elumenor. So as we head into a rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles, it is our defense this time that is believed to be able to lead the way. And we believe that the way we could do that is by winning in the trenches. We need our defensive line to show up in this one and take away some of the passing plays. The sack helped win us that previous game. We need more this week. And we've got one man up front who we know can get the job done in Dexter Lawrence. We need multiple sacks. We could get it from the outside, great. If we could get it from the inside, great. If we could get it from both sides, that would be the best to keep Hurts constantly scrambling and not allow him to find his receivers. But just like last time, this is also for the play for the basement of the NFC East to possibly now even second place the Dallas Cowboys, well ahead 5-2, but the Commanders 3-4. We lost against them earlier, so if they win and we win, we will still stay below. But if Philadelphia wins, there's a chance that with the Commanders losing, they could jump up to second here. The NFC in general is still about anyone's game. With all of our receivers returning, this could be anyone's game. So as we head to Philadelphia, continuing our away streak, we look to sweep the Eagles, while on top of that, possibly climbing up in the NFC East. And the first big play comes while we're not even on the field. Interception, Drew Phillips. And 2 plays before that, Sexy Dexy had a sack. Now we are jumping through this game as we did just play against them last episode. So it'll be key moment after key moment. And a drop. But following an interception and taking over at the 30-yard line here, this is most definitely a key moment. Well, not exactly finding the play call they like. Dart will change things up here. The 2nd and 10, finding an motion over to the right-hand side. They go play action. Dart quick to move with it as he slides down a couple yards short. Now the big news here for the Eagles, last time they didn't have Carter. He is here in this game, lined up over on our new starter at left guard. Tracy dotting the I, gets by the linebacker on the blitz, and we've got a first down to the 11. And looking to hopefully cap this drive off sooner rather than later. Dart goes hurry up at the 11. Play action, roll to the right. Lofted throw is behind Neighbors, and it's intercepted. He had to throw it with loft to get it over the underneath DB, but he threw it behind. That is where he's had some of his most costly plays. You get the same loft there, but you put it towards the sideline. You've got a touchdown. He plays like that can very much swing games, but the defense is trying to help cover. For the 3rd and 8 following that interception. Hurts scrambles, though, outside, and he will convert. Though Jordan Mailata is injured on the play, he hits the deck as the Eagles have gotten down to the 50. As he makes his way to the sideline. It'll at least be a 1st and 10 here for the Eagles. They come out with a 2-receiver set. Giants bring the blitz coming off of that. Looking for Smith downfield. Paulson Adebo beat pure speed down the hash. And it's a touchdown for the Eagles coming off the interception in the end zone for Jackson Dart. Just had to play a little bit deeper there. Some safety help over the top would have been useful. But Dart will try to answer for his mistakes as we take over just about at midfield here. The 48, play action, and Dart escapes outside, nearly throwing another pick. Can't exactly blame him for throwing that one, though. Just a fantastic play there from the Eagles defender. The 2nd and 10, they go to the ground here. Tracy bounces off a 1, he picks up 6, and that sends us to the first break of this one. Philadelphia with the touchdown off the turnover. The only points found there in the first half, though it very much could have been 7-0 the opposite way. But Dart and the Giants will have an opportunity to correct their mistakes if they can convert this 3rd and 4 to open up the 2nd. Dart tries the hard count to no avail. Throws across the middle. That is Wan'Dale Robinson with the first down. He's been key these last couple weeks. Catching traffic was a bit of a concern to open up the season, but he's showing he can get the job done. And finding Neighbors this time is Dart under pressure. He kept those legs churning. He picks up 5. And it once again will be hurry up here for the Giants. Safety's backing off here, so it looks like Dart is second guessing his play call. And he does get a call from the sideline. So the 33, it's going to be Scattaboo looking to get outside, and what a play. Nakobe Dean ducked under the attempted block there at Tracy and flattened Scattaboo. The Giants have tried to get him going over the last couple weeks. It just hasn't really panned out for him. 3rd and 8 here. They're out about the 35. Have an option early. Bailing backwards and tossing another interception. That one well short of his intended target in Tracy, who sat there flat-footed. The Eagles take over a 2nd interception here for Dart in the first half. Just a play later, the Eagles would then take it down into plus territory at the 31. Looking for another answer and a wide open target outside. Hitting by one diving defender and taking a shoulder down at the 12. Dotson, though, picks up a chunk of yards and has them down inside the 15. A red zone trip here for the Eagles. They scored outside of the red zone last time. Keeper and Thibodeau reads it. Taking down Hurts for a loss of 4. Only got to call his name once in that last game. Would love a double, at least here in this one. As they bring the blitz, it's a quick throw as the safety misses the tackle. Robbie Okereke, though, able to get back quickly enough to take down Goddard, only giving up 5. That does leave 3rd and 5 here as Hurts throws. This time it's a touchdown for Goddard. And it's 2 touchdowns off of interceptions for the Eagles offense. Jackson Dart has got to find a way to respond and clean up his game, forcing things a little too much here. But with still over 2.5 quarters to go, you've got time to correct things. You just got to find yourself moving in the right step this drive. With a screen outside, that's Tracy taken down with maybe 1-2 to beat. You might have been looking at a touchdown there. Play one on the screen. Dart has them back to the line here at the 40. Trying to open up a window, and what a snag, Neighbors. Dart let that one rip into tight coverage. This time, he'll come away lucky. As they continue on with their hurry up here, Dart getting them set. Flipping those hips, he looks to get outside and throwing this one downfield. What a play, DeJean. Perhaps a little bit more oomph on that ball, and you have Robinson for a massive first down play. Instead, you're looking at third and about half a yard here. Scattaboo will have just enough. And they'll look to go hurry up off of it. Again, he's not finding much open spaces out there. Hopefully the line will start to work well for him. As they try again outside, Robinson, he catches up to this one. Dart, that time perhaps maybe putting it a little too far out in front. But a great set of recovery speed for now our side. DeJean showed it off last time. Down to the 22 here and continuing on with that hurry up look. It's Robinson down the gut. A gain of 12, 5 catches for him, 72 yards here. The offense is forcing their way down the field. Keeping with 2 in the backfield, it's Scattaboo, scrunched. Big ol' Jalen Davis waiting there for him. Gray checks in for Scattaboo, a little bit tired after all that running. They go out to Tracy, but can't get by Campbell. You're staring now at a 3rd and goal just inside the 9-yard line. Weak eye formation here for Dart. 2 receivers to the left. As the pressure builds down the middle, Dart will not have time to escape. He looked dog-tired on that play. 4th and goal now back just inside the 20-yard line. It's Davis again with pressure. Eagles, though, trying to conserve some time. They call one of their timeouts. Now Gano, he's out there to put the Giants on the board. They get 3 here. A quick stop on defense. You might have time to get something done offensively. And I think they just did what we asked for. 2nd pick on the day for Hurts. It's 2 for both sides. This time, Javon Holland. The game was definitely working against us in the second half of that Broncos game. It's trying to help us out here. Let's not let it down. At the 22-yard line, and right back out onto this field, lofting this one out. It's Fiden, shaking one. He's out at the 11. That leaves us just 11 yards away from finding a quick comeback here in this game. Split backfield. Covered well out the gate, though Fiden had space, but he's back again. It's Davis. Now, we have seen him line up at both the right side and left side of the center, so it's both guards getting worked in this one. We really need our center to help us out. As Dart flips those hips, he throws a little cross body. Jumping up is Johnson, close to the first down marker. They will look to go hurry up here. They came up about half a yard short. Dart getting a good look here at the line. They snap that ball in, following Tracy this time. Fiden with his first career touchdown as the Giants within 4 here on the Philadelphia Eagles. Rough start, great answer here late in the second quarter. We may not quite be done yet. With a 3rd and 7 now, the Eagles trying to keep their drive alive here. As Hurts throws outside, it's a quick tackle, though not getting out of bounds, so a timeout will be forced here for the Giants. It will save them some time to try to get something done offensively. However, it's not going to come with a lot of time. 22 seconds to work with and 2 timeouts. Eagles already playing standoffish here. Checking this one down, it's Fiden, and there is the first timeout at the 36-yard line. You are going to need about the opposite 40-41 for a field goal attempt here from Gano. With 17 to go. And motion across here is Johnson. Goes some play action fake. And Dart will just look to scramble here. He's got space, taking the contact and ensuring they have the 40. And the timeout is called right there. Now the Giants do not bring out the field goal unit. They have 8 seconds and they snap that ball. They just cannot afford to give up anything crazy here, throwing it away with 1 to spare. They tried to see if the speed can get downfield, and it did not, but it is a straight shot right down the alley. But just short is Gano. It looked like he maybe could have put a bit more sauce on that kick. But we do hit halftime here, 14-10. Giants nearly make it a 1-point game there to close out the half. A valiant effort, though, to make this thing a game. We'll take a break from our game and look for an update here around the league. We've seen a lot of updates coming from the Minnesota Vikings, and this time they're giving up points with a hurdle, breaking not 1 but 2 tackles. Has the Chargers over the top of the Vikings. They had a strong start this season, but they have cooled down massively. As for the Falcons, they are 500. They're hosting the Dolphins, who are under 500. And it's Tua, standing back at his own 5. He throws this one to the 30. Open spaces on the outside by the 50. Puts on a move, cutting back towards the middle, and from there, it's the Jets. Westbrook Akine has the Dolphins on top in that one, 13-7. Now for the Carolina Panthers, they only have 1 win this year. Buffalo Bills are at 500. They recently got a new guard, and it's behind him that cooks, shakes and bakes, stretches and rolls across that goal line. That draws that game close. But the Panthers are still on top, 14-10 at half. A whole lot of other games happening. Check your score as we look to get to our game. As we get stuck into the second half, it is the Eagles on plus side. Their first drive of the second half. Finding Dotson across the middle, tries to cut back. He picks up 7. Hurts had 2 touchdowns, throwing in that first half, 2 interceptions. I'm sure the defense would love to force another, but it might be another touchdown instead. Holland in pursuit, but cannot catch Brown. He will run the Eagles to a wider lead as the Giants were unable to find that field goal there before half. It makes this one 21-10. But a third turnover from the Eagles, recovered by Abdul Carter. We take the field at the 19. A red zone appearance as once again the defense is trying to get us back into this game. Though a great tackle by Dean. Play 1 goes as the loss of 1, and we're back to the 20. With a strong I formation here, the Giants jerseys very much looking dirty out there. Pressure down the middle, Dart flips the hips, but he cannot escape Smith. 3rd and 20. As we were gifted with fantastic field position, we've done nothing but go backwards here. At the 29-yard line, 2 receivers to the left. Dart has an open target. That's Robinson, close. But the refs do not give it to him. It's 4th and 1. But in rivalry football, you go for it in situations like this. Goal line set. Dart leans forward, and he has that first down as they do look to go hurry up off of it. Biden out to the outside. Lamb, I like that switch. Get the backup offensive lineman into the backfield. Now, Dart does not trust to throw it to him. He throws it away. I'm sure we all would have loved a big boy touchdown. Not coming there. Instead, it's Robinson with his 3rd touchdown on the season. Dart lofts that one just by the waiting defender across the middle. And just like that, it's a touchdown on the board here for us as we once again draw this game close on a risky pass. Smith this time not making the play. But it doesn't mean his opportunities are gone as the offense stays on the field here, trying to make this a field goal game. It's a hard count there from Dart. No one jumps. as they look to go right back to it, and it's right back to Robinson. He completes the 8-point play and makes this one 21-18. About a minute left here in the third. The next time we see the field, it will be in the fourth, as it is almost a red zone trip here for the Eagles. As they look to keep this one, Hurts slips one, but help arrives. Abdul Carter there to bring him down. He's very much picked up his game here of late, and that is what we are here for. The 2nd and 10, motioning out is Goddard, this time keeping it. Barkley trying to get outside. He has the outside and cuts in for an Eagles touchdown. We needed a stop there from the defense, but the Eagles fly downfield here in Philadelphia. Similarly to last week, we need a big play from the offense to get us back closer yet again. Thrown underneath, that's Robinson, a little high for him, but he's able to bring it down with a first down. He's really been clutch over these last couple games. Now everyone's stacking towards the right side here. Dart making an adjustment out there as they do bring the blitz that way. Rolling outside and checking the throw inside. That's going to be Finan for another New York Giant first down. They've ran smooth going hurry up here. We just need to see that continue on here. Under pressure, no problem. That's Neighbors. He busts his speed to the outside. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Giants. They answer quickly and efficiently. And yet again, we've got a field goal game. Back and forth. It's been fun to watch, but you would love a chance to take a lead here. The 3rd and 8, the Eagles hook up on the outside. It's Dallas Goedert. The opportunities, they've presented themselves today, but we have not quite done enough. Though a close game yet again here, and a massive stiff arm pinball wizard to gain nothing. The Giants finally take down Saquon after several ricochets, and it's 2nd and 10. As Hurts will look to go back to the air here. Brown spinning off of one and close. But it will be one more needed. And they get the job done here. Goal line set and not exactly tush push, but it works. Hurts falls forward. And against the 52 defense, that requires a good push. Throwing outside, caught Dotson. Quick with it there was Hurts. He read blitz pre-snapping. He called correctly. They're down to the 26. Tight look here. Holland walking down into the box. Saquon looks to get outside, but Holland is there to help rip him down, as well as Thibodeau. Now at this point, the Eagles are fine running clock as we're approaching 2 minutes here. They're inside field goal range. 2nd and 8. Newbin sends himself on the blitz. Hurts, though, escapes to the outside. Shy of the first down. 2-minute warning with a 3rd and 1. And this is where you've just got to have it. As Lawrence down the middle here, it's the tush push again, and it works. First timeout comes in for Coach Bearington. Down at the 15, you've got 2 more. And a fresh set of downs. Jalen Hurts outside and trips on Holland, who fell forward. On top of that, Saquon Barkley looks to be exiting this game, holding at that right shoulder, right collarbone perhaps. And for the Giants, that is huge. 1, because he's hard to tackle, and 2, it stops the clock. A.J. Dillon checks in. It's him down the middle. Close to another first down. 3rd and 1. The Eagles have already snuck this ball through twice this drive. They're pinching down. They hand it off, and it's a 1st and goal inside the 5. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do here. There's no more timeouts, and Hurts looks to be out in kneel-down formation. They just could not stuff the play down the middle. And Philadelphia will walk out of here with a win. The Giants put up a valiant effort, but fall below the Eagles. They split the season series. And right now, neither one of these teams on track to make the playoffs. If they could find their way in the second half of this season, perhaps we could find another matchup in the wild card or maybe even in the divisional. The defense forced several turnovers today. The offense had a couple of their own. But ultimately, the defense that couldn't get a stop there in the fourth quarter to give the offense the chance to take the lead. And considering that we challenged the defense heading into this game, it falls on them. But if we cleaned up the play a little bit there with Dart, it might have been a different ball game. But for right now, that does return us down to the bottom of the NFC East. Now, perhaps it could be only by half a game if the Commanders do lose. We'll find that out at the beginning of next episode. And speaking of next episode, it's a busy week here this week for me. So what I think we're going to do, instead of having the normal edited video Thursday in the evening, we'll have a live stream and we'll play the next couple games together and let you guys get a little bit of a back look on how I run things here and how we get through these games as quickly as we do. 49ers up next with the Bears as well. Now for the 49ers, they are 2-5 on the year. It's not been good. Chicago's not much better at 3-3, so this is going to be a battle of some of the bottom teams in the NFC. But again, the teams at top aren't that far away from some of us right now. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys, though, they are 2.5 games up on us as we have not simmed that week. So we'll see how things pan out and if we can give the Giants a little bit of a push to maybe get into that wild card battle. Some of the moves today were definitely a way of trying to make that happen while correcting some of the money issues. Let Coach Bearington know how you think he did in the comments below. And if you really think he did well, make sure you leave him a thumbs up as well. And to make sure you're here for that stream, if you have not already, hit the bear icon in the bottom right or scroll down, hit that sub button. And while you're down there, tap that bell icon as well. That way you'll be notified of not only when that live stream is set to go, but when all of my videos go live as well and when posts are made, so that way you can have your own say on what is happening here on this channel. But that was a fun set of games. One ended positive for us, one ended negative for us. We go 500. We'll see you next time, as tomorrow we really have the kickstart of a new series on MLB The Show with the Twins, Cha-Cha Vaz included, but the franchise is really set to get underway. So make sure you're there for that. We'll see you around here as we've got a lot of big games coming up. We'll see you live as well on Thursday.